Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. In a previous video, I talked about how Netflix's deal to buy Warner Brothers would be destructive to the theater business. And what people don't know is that Netflix's deal to buy Warner Brothers is also destructive to the home video business, which is also very profitable for many of the movie studios right now. And if Netflix does buy Warner Brothers, it could mean many movies winding up no longer being available for sale on home video platforms such as DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K anymore. And that's something that Netflix really isn't looking at as related to its business, because Netflix's core business is streaming, and what they want to do is get people to be streaming movies and not look to own physical copies of movies on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. No, they want to go out here and be able to control the what you watch on their platform and keep you from being able to choose what you want to watch in your own home. And that could be destructive to the overall business of Hollywood, because when it comes down to home video is the second strongest revenue stream for Hollywood. And if Hollywood winds up walking away from home video, it could basically be the thing that further collapses the industry, along with Netflix going after the theater business, and make it where the streaming platform winds up imploding on itself. Now, what many people out here don't understand is that home video basically is one of the strongest revenue streams for Hollywood after movie theaters, and home video basically became strong because of the adult film industry and people wanting to go out here and watch adult videos in their home without ever having to set foot into a theater. And that basically started the whole home video market snowballing for Hollywood itself. Hollywood basically wound up becoming a very profitable as related to a secondary revenue stream with home video, putting films first on VHS, then on Laserdisc, then on DVD. And that revenue stream basically is the second strongest revenue stream for movie studios, because the first one, theaters, is strong because you get one person paying for a movie ticket to watch a movie once, and after they watch that movie, if they want to watch it again once it leaves theaters, they go out here and pay another $19 to $30 for that VHS or that DVD. So the studios basically at that point, they've made $15 on the theater release, and they make another $15 to $20 to $30 on the DVD or Blu-ray or 4K release. So they wind up making two profits on one movie for every person who goes out here and watches that film. And those revenue streams, again, allowed Hollywood to make strong profits for many years. But as streaming came along, a lot of people, again, would rather go out here and buy this subscription service, thinking that they would get access to more movies. But that doesn't really lead to a profitable model for the studios, because yes, a person may be paying monthly for that streaming service, but that person is watching more content than they would if they were out here, again, just going to the theater or just going to the video store. No, when they go to the theater or the video store, again, they're paying $15 for a movie ticket. They're paying $19 to $30 for a DVD or a Blu-ray or a 4K DVD. And yeah, they may be able to watch that one movie many times on home video, but they're still paying for that movie and paying a premium price for it. Whereas with streaming, yeah, a person may go out here and watch things on a subscription, but they may be able to watch 3, 4 movies. So the studios are basically losing entertainment value per dollar because they're the ones losing money because yeah, you release this movie, but as you release more movies, what people do is wait for those movies to come to streaming. And yeah, they'll pay $14 for that month to watch that movie, but you're not really making the money like you were before. No, you're not making the money like you were before. And this may be the thing that winds up not only causing the collapse of Netflix, but also the implosion of Hollywood because many of these productions these days are costing more money than they did in the 1980s when home video was dominant. No, many of these studios are making less productions. One, two, they're not really making a lot of again, variety of films. And they're going out here and spending hundreds of millions of dollars like Disney did on many of its Star Wars platforms, shows, or like Warner Brothers did with its Superman movie. And a lot of this stuff is having a hard time getting a return on the investment. And that is exacerbated because there are no real plans to put these films on DVD or be able to put them on 4K or Blu-ray, where, again, the studio makes a good chunk of its money as related to possibly, again, a secondary revenue stream, whether it be, if a film is successful, gravy as related to profits, or when it comes down to home video, it's a platform where a lot of the studios wind up recouping losses on films that were considered flops at the box office. Many films like Somewhere in Time, which starred the late Christopher Reeve, they basically wound up becoming hits once they came to home video, and once they came to home video, people wound up finding that film, and that film basically wound up finding its audience. That's what home video basically did for many films that basically struggled at the box office. They wound up doing very well at the theater, whether it be with rentals at places like Blockbuster back in the 1990s, or local video stores in the 1980s, or at places like Suncoast. Basically a lot of films that studios basically didn't make money on, or they couldn't get distributed, could go direct to video, and the studios could go out here and make a ton of money on those films, and that would allow them to stay afloat if they had a rough or a lean year. And that's the kind of money Netflix looks to throw away by going completely exclusively to streaming. They look to throw away a lot of money as related to them not looking to, again, put films in theaters, and that's, again, the primary revenue stream that studios look to make their money on because, again, in the entertainment business, like I said in the previous video, your goal is to make your money up front. Your goal is to get the money up front to recoup those losses as related to that film if there are costs. And the whole thing is you want to make your money on opening weekend with movie tickets. And if you can't make that money there, then you want to go to home video. You don't want to wait till you have to go to the tertiary markets like syndication or to markets like streaming because those markets, again, generate less revenue than your movie theaters or home video. No, you don't want to wait to streaming because streaming is the fourth revenue stream that studios basically use. And again, if you have to wait till you get there to wait for subscriptions, that's not really, again, a good revenue stream. But Netflix executives think that it's a good revenue stream, but it's not at all. No, people subbing for a month and then leaving is not, again, you being able to make money like you would at the theater. Now, at the theater, you can have a family of 4 go to the theater, and again, $15 a ticket is $60, and after $60, you're again making money. And with home video, again, you're making another $20 if they like that movie, or $30 if they make that movie. So on a family of 4, you've made $90, but if you take a film to streaming, you're only going to get $14. Even worse, what happens is that person can watch more content that's brand new. And that's the thing that's going to make streaming, again, not a profitable business if Netflix looks to go into it with Warner Brothers for themselves. Because when it comes down to films, again, you can't really go out here and start recouping losses on these films, especially once they start costing into the $100 to $300 million range, like many superhero movies cost. You really can't recoup your costs as related to making this film profitable. And again, without home video, without that home video and movie theaters, there's no way to make the business of making films profitable. And that's what the computer nerds over at Netflix just don't really understand. They don't really understand the business of film, and they don't understand how films are financed, but they want to buy Warner Brothers and think that they can control a major movie studio and just direct stuff straight to streaming. But directing stuff straight to streaming will not be a profitable business. No, the studios basically, again, make their money from 3 other revenue streams, and those revenue streams are being cut off as we speak. I mean, they want to cut off the theaters, again, which is cutting off their nose spite their face, and they want to cut off home video to control the content to keep you coming to the streaming service. And again, that's really going to be bad for the overall film business, because the film business, again, home video is a major business, and people go looking for stuff on home video, or they want to own physical media, because a lot of times with these streaming services, what they do is they pull content, and there's no way to ever access that content, like in the case of the Static Shock show. Now, HBO Max pulled a lot of children's content off their platform to make it so-called more adult, and one of those casualties was the Static Shock show, which has no platform. It's not on Tubi or any other platform right now, and the only way to watch Static Shock at this point is to go out here and look to go get some on-demand DVDs. That's the only way to get that show. And in many cases of other shows, the only way to get those shows is to get DVDs. And in the cases of some movies that I haven't seen in years that were made back in the 80s and the 90s, I remember Last American Virgin wasn't available until about 2006, and a lot of great movies basically, again, go out of print, and the only way to get those movies is with physical media, because a lot of times, again, with the streaming services, they let films go, they pull films all the time, and as people are looking to watch these films, they can't find those films, and it makes it very hard for people to, again, will want to watch these films, be able to watch these films and be able to find them. That's a major problem that, again, the Netflix deal will basically create, because, again, when it comes down to people want these films, and again, they don't really see a value in home video. They don't see a value in home video that basically is there, because home video is very important to, again, the studio's business model. I mean, home video, again, is that secondary revenue stream. A lot of people say, oh, people aren't buying DVDs, but people do still buy DVDs. They still buy these films as they are very cheap. In some cases, they still are revenue for a lot of smaller retailers. They were a revenue stream for Walmart at one time and many other places. And again, sometimes when the server goes down or the internet is down, people do go take out their DVDs. They take out their DVDs and go out and watch them. And again, I still have a lot of DVDs of stuff that is currently out of print, like Filmation's Ghostbusters. Again, this was a show I used to watch in the 1980s, never came back with a box set after 2008 or so, and I thank God I was able to get that box set, because they don't even make this anymore. All the other Filmation shows like He-Man and many others are still available, but Filmation's Ghostbusters right now goes for about $200 on DVD, because there are people who still want to watch this show but can't find it, again, on streaming or any other platform. I mean, people out here, we want to look for these shows, but again, home video is the only way we can find them. And again, studios basically, again, this is how they make their money on these shows that are sitting in their vault. I mean, they're sitting in their vault. They're not, and again, it's extra revenue. It's just easy money. And again, Netflix is going to walk away from that easy money because what they want to do is think again, I can get everybody to streaming, but not everybody wants streaming. And again, streaming isn't the most profitable thing for many of these platforms. No, it's not the most profitable. And if Netflix goes on with its plans, they're basically going to collapse Hollywood because they, again, these nerds in Silicon Valley, they know numbers, they know facts and figures, they know computers, but they don't understand people. They don't understand that when it comes to people, people do want to go to theaters even if they have a 100-inch TV screen. I'd rather go to a theater and be around other people because people were meant to be around other people. And when it comes to home video, people like home video because, again, they want to have that DVD. It's something tangible that they own. And again, both of these revenue streams make more money than streaming. And again, streaming in and of itself basically doesn't make as much money. And again, eventually when you're starting to make these things like Disney Plus found up finding, again, you're making these $250 million TV shows and movies, and again, the revenue isn't coming in. It's not coming in because streaming just doesn't pull the money the way that home video and movie theaters do. And again, this is why studios invested more in movie theaters, because movie theaters, a lot of people want to say that it's obsolete, but no, it's how you make most of the bulk of your money. Because, yeah, you got a subscription service, but again, a guy can just go out here, bring 20 of his friends, watch the movie on streaming in their home with a 100-inch TV. But the whole thing is, you're losing out on 99 tickets and the price of 99 tickets, or you're losing out on 99 people buying DVDs. That's what the studios haven't figured out, because the computer nerds just can't connect dots. They can't connect dots and understand that you're throwing good money after bad. Again, thinking, oh, we'll get people in their homes. No, you don't want people in their homes because you can't make money on somebody in their house. No, if somebody's in their house, and again, you can't really make the money. If they go out and buy the DVD, again, you're still making money. If they go to the theater, you're going to make the most money. So the streaming service, again, may further, again, lead to the collapse of Hollywood because there's no way to recoup those costs very quickly on streaming as related to, again, really expensive projects. There's no way to really recoup those costs, which is what Disney is finding out right now as related to many of their Star Wars failures like The Acolyte. And again, Netflix's deal doesn't help Hollywood's business, at all, because the core of their business is made not, again, on streaming. No, when it comes down to the Hollywood and the movie business, most of the money is made up front at the theater. Now, if you want to check out some of my action-packed books as related to fantasy fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, which are just like movies, you can check out my books in the ISIS series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, and my Black Goth Spinsterella series, which is just like watching teen movies. Again, all these books, again, read like movies. You can find them on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. Now, if you'd like to see me take the entertainment industry further to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Horror in the Hamptons. The aspiring angel tries to escape a house of horrors in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem Horror in the Hamptons in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteem series adventure. Pick up your copy of the Steam Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.